welcome back, Georgina. Well, we are thrilled to be sharing the couch once again with our friend Rod Urquhart, author and former newspaper editor in Georgina. What a mouthful, sir, to talk about two new books and an absolutely fabulous image that will let you speak to that.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Grant. You said on the couch. Like, are you a psychiatrist now? Are you, like, am I here for therapy? Like, what's going on, man?
Well, you know,
Anyways, yeah, so this
whatever
is
support you need, you've got it here at Georgina Life.
No, this is like Monty Python, right? Like,
Right.
you never know. You know, now for something completely different. I mean, that's what, first we get this magnificent chef, then we get this annual pride ride, and then you got me coming on to talk about two books. I mean, where does that fit in? You know, I mean, the wonderful, great Georgina Life, always. I mean, you never know what you're going to get. It's like Forrest Gump said, you know, box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Anyways.
Tell us about your books.
Okay. In other words, Rod, be quiet. The first book is Tales Within the Outhouse, which completes my Outhouse trilogy. They're short story humor books. They're actually made to read one chapter at a time and get a good laugh. And the feedback from this book, Tales Within the Outhouse, everybody finds at least a dozen laughs in it. And later in the show, I'll tell you where they're available in Georgina.
Okay.
That was, I think, my sixth book. The other book I wrote with investigator Bruce Roach, who lives in Jackson's Point, is just out. It's A Monster in Lake Simcoe. Believe it. Now, I've been covering this monster story since 1979. It was actually my sister, who now lives in Kelowna, Tracy, who suggested years ago, after I did so many newspaper articles, why don't you write a book about it? But actually, it took my sister-in-law, Elizabeth Madsen, to push me subtly to actually do the book. And I did it with Bruce Roach, like I said, my investigator out of Roach's Point. And this book looks at the monster or monsters and goes back actually 200 years, because that was the first sighting, was over 200 years ago. And that's all covered in the book. The book is actually a very concise, analytical look and fact-based total examination of whether there's serpents in Lake Simcoe and have been there for over 200 years.
Wow.
And actually, in my book, I actually detail how it has been able to reproduce so that it has been able to be around for over 200 years.
So, Rod, thankfully, you're still here to see this monster.
Yeah, no, I did want to talk a bit about, well, first of all, before I get off that, if you don't mind. So these two books are both available at the Georgina Arts Center and Gallery on High Street in Sutton. Manticore Books in the heart of Aurelia. And Tom, my nephew, has them into Fenland Marketplace, which is in downtown Fenland Falls, and owned by a lovely woman named Robin. Also on Amazon, and if on the screen you can see Bruce, my investigator, has them at that website if you want to contact him. Thank you.
Now,
Anyways,
how are you?
Okay, so as you can see, regular watchers of Georgina Life may have noticed a slight difference in me, you know? Just a slight. I mean, maybe I'm just not as handsome as I once was. But in Christmas 2020, I was diagnosed with cancer, very bad. At that time, I was given 2 weeks to live, and as you can see, I'm still here. Now, there's a bunch of reasons for that. First of all, since that time, I have an army of people praying for me, which they started on their own. But basically, what I want to say to listeners, if you do have a cancer, or you know someone that does, I mean, we're all born and we're given a set of cards. And as we go through life, it's how we shuffle those cards. Now, when you get as sick as I am, you know, some people may actually fold those cards. But actually, I decided, no, I'm going to play my hand. So, I mean, the bottom line is, you know, I'm not going to give up. As I told my oncologist last week, my plan is to live forever, and so far I'm doing pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And we are very, very pleased that
Oh,
you are
thanks,
doing
Brent.
well. It is.
And also, the first thing this morning, I woke up, I grabbed my newspaper. First thing I did was look in the obituaries, and you know what? I wasn't in there. So I'm having one heck of a great day, and it just keeps getting better, you know?
Oh, Rod.
I want to thank my good friend Bruce McNeil for this shirt that actually has been blessed by a healer. I mean, whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter.
Spiritual.
Yeah, I think everybody believes in something, right?
Yes, for sure.
And I mean, this shirt says it all because I can tell you in the past four and a half years, I have had 3 actual miracles that I'm still here. So, I mean, if you're fighting the good fight, all I can say to you is, like, don't ever give up. Just don't ever give up, you know? And anyways.
Thank you,
And
Rod.
thank you so very, very much for that. It's great to see you.
Absolutely.
You are looking great.
You know what?
Thank
It's
you
always
so
great
much.
to see you guys on the Great
Thank you.
Georgina Life.
Thank you.
And I did want to mention, I don't know if we can show it, but those shoes Grant's wearing, I mean, God, they really stand out. I didn't know I had to wear my sunglasses when I was sitting here, but
All right, I gotta cut you off. Thank you. Don't go anywhere, Georgina. After the break, we're back with Karen Wolf, I am Georgina, and MP Scott Davidson. Don't go anywhere.